Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, church. I am back to finally bring you your recap and get caught up on G-Status ATL Hustle Season 1, Episode 8. It is titled No New Friends. Now, I know you guys love when I bring detailed recaps, so I have so many notes and so much for us to address, but I will say it was a tad bit annoying watching this episode because I don't think any of us wanted to see an episode of entirely Corday. This episode should have been called Corday Backpedaling, Corday Lying, Corday is all over the place, or Corday is talking in circles. My God, it should not be titled No New Friends because one, it was all Corday, and two, I don't think we still have a good understanding of who Corday really is, my God. All right, Tramel and Corday at this boxing gym facility that Corday is claiming that he usually goes to as if it's his normal trainer. But for some reason, when this scene ended, it came out that he actually met him for the first time and was inquiring if the guy comes to Buckhead. So that's a lie right there, but it's not surprising because typically scenes like this are contrived for reality TV. But Tramel and Corday recapping what happened at Zafar's house, and it was very interesting to hear Corday say that he was embarrassed by his behavior because the previous night, the way he was acting was out of his character, which is laughable to me because it seems like everything Corday was doing was a part of his character. Now, does he operate that way all the time? Maybe not, but it does seem genuine to who Corday is and has been on the show thus far, my God. Then to see Corday lie and saying that he's in such a happy place, I was glad that Tramel finally called him out on something because we know that Tramel did call Corday out earlier on in the season in reference to him taking jabs at Milan Jada and so on and so forth and trying to backpedal on that. But finally, we're at a scene where Tramel is calling Corday out on his bullshit because he lied about being happy or in a happy space. And just as Tramel said in his confessional, the nasty things that were coming out of Corday's mouth was not a representation of someone who is living their best life and is happy and unbothered, my God. Now, all of a sudden, because Sherrod produced receipts, Corday, I guess, had to go back and look at his DMs and now wants to come clean to Tramel, my God. But I was so annoyed that he called Sherrod Dusty, but you wanted to fuck the Dusty porn star, my God. Now, I've seen, and actually probably have, personal screenshots of the DMs between Sherrod and Corday. And so I don't really feel like Corday was proving his point. I feel like Corday was actually making himself seem more stupid by sharing the messages with Tramel because even though he was trying to downplay it as it being nothing, the whole situation here is that you were interested in Sherrod on some level. I don't think any of us think that you wanted to be with him, but you clearly wanted to fuck him. And anytime there's a back and forth banter in a DM, even if sex never happens, that still does not change what your intentions were with this boy. Even down to you lying and saying that in the previous episode, the photo of Sherrod that you liked and sent heart emojis on was of him having his ass up in the air, when the picture that was shown on this episode, which was really a side angle of Sherrod in some see-through fishnet garment, my God, his ass was not up in the air, but you still chose to like that. And I feel like it's a total lie for Corday to act as if all of a sudden he landed on porn Twitter and then he was watching porn and then, oh my gosh, it was all these guys having sex with one guy and it was magically Sherrod and you didn't have a clue. My thing is, you were interested in that kind of porn, so why are you so bothered by it, Corday? So with that being said, I just want to skip over the whole back and forth in reference to sharing the text messages or the DMs because it didn't prove anything to me. It did not vindicate Corday at all. I felt like it proved what Sherrod was sharing. You were interested in Sherrod on a level that was sexual, and now you're acting as if you are too good for this person or that you never even was interested in him, my God. And I was so glad that Tramel again called Corday out because Corday kept saying, Sherrod didn't swerve me, I swerved him. But he tried to click out of the DM message, but Tramel read down a little bit further like we should do. If you actually are about receipts, my God, you should be reading a little bit further. And Tramel read further than what Corday thought he read, and Tramel saw that Corday agreed to hooking up at some point. So the reality of it is, based on the DMs, it may not have happened. But in real life, we don't know what happened and did not happen, my God. Although I feel like Sherrod would probably have said if something happened by now. But the reality of it is, Sherrod may have put the invitation out there and Corday said he agreed, or at least accepted the invitation, my God. Then we get to Corday still trying to paint himself as this angel, my God, of peace and love and light, my God. I can't take this shit. There is still something that I like about Corday, but he is really getting on my nerves because for him to say he never gets angry and my close friends have never seen me angry before, then that means that you're always putting on a facade and not even showing your friends who the real you are. Because if somebody is really your friend and you are a transparent, integral, honest person, your real friends should have seen almost every aspect of who you really are. And no person is never just all positive and has no anger, my God. So I'm calling for a background check on who Corday's real friends actually are, my God. Next, Corday then says, being the it girl in this group is so hard because everyone has their motives. Corday, you are not the it girl, baby. You may be the bitch or the asshole of the show. You may be even the most talked about because you're the bitch of the show. But the it girl, you are not, baby. You are not, my God. And for you to call yourself the it girl and think that people are trying to attach themselves. I have yet to see anyone on this show try to attach themselves to Corday for a come up, for an ulterior motive. Corday is literally delusional, and this episode drove me crazy because his delusions of grandeur are out of this world, my God. Then I hated that Corday did their feelings about me really say who they are and what they feel about themselves because they feel I'm better than them. No, please don't do this reverse psychology bullshit. I can be 100% secure or love myself and still call you out and see the mess that you are, my God. So don't give me that. I hate when people do that. Yes, sometimes people are just so negative that they project their issues onto someone, but I don't see this happening here. The whole entire world sees Corday as being an asshole, or at least believing that he's better than others or presenting himself that way. So I just hate when people do that reverse psychology BS and act like, no, it's you and not me. No, Corday, it's you, baby, because in my opinion, you have presented yourself as better because one, you said that these people cannot uplift or build your brand. Why are you around them? They're not on your caliber, not on your level. You don't want to listen to them, dance with them, be around them. You are never participating when things are actually fun or could be fun, my God. So yes, you do present yourself as being better and they are calling you out on it. Oh my gosh. Then when Corday called Sherrod a cum dump and a cum rag, I am just, I think I lied a few minutes ago when I said that I still like Corday. I don't think I like him anymore because all of this shade that Corday is throwing at Sherrod, my God, is just, it is like the lowest of the low for no reason. What did Sherrod really do to Corday but expose who Corday really is? It comes across like Corday is going so hard at these names that he's calling Sherrod because it pricks at who he really is, my God. It pricks at the fact that we had no clue, or they had no clue when they were filming and addressing this, that he dealt and had a sex addiction, my God. And so I feel like that's why Corday is presenting himself as fake to me, because you are sitting here slut shaming, using words like cum dumping, cum rag, and all this stuff that addresses someone's sexual behavior or sexual promiscuity, my God. And you have had the same stuff in your past. And maybe it wasn't you doing porn, but it's still something that could be looked down upon, and it could be an attack on you if you actually would have been honest and shared what you were going through. And you and Sherrod probably could have connected, and or you could have actually encouraged Sherrod had you shared your story versus being an asshole and calling him out on stuff that you probably would love to do to him or to somebody else, or actually probably have done because of you having this sex addiction, my God. I am just so upset because this is playing out. And it's proving how fake and fraudulent Corday is, because he's behaving this way without these people knowing that he has his own issues when it comes to sex. My God. And to call him a cum dump and a cum rag, well, what were you doing, Corday, when you were fucking all of these people during your sex addiction history? What would you be called? If he's the cum dump, are you the cum dumper? Like, come on, let's talk about who you really are, my God. But all of this is so ironic because then Corday used this passive aggressive behavior of, oh, I'll just be a fan of Sherrod. Oh, just like you claimed you were a fan of Melanja Da too, right? Like, I'm just over this. Like, can we have some realness on this reality show, my God? And at this point, I feel like Tremel and Corday are just trying to find allies in someone or anyone who was against the others. Because when Corday say he connects with Tremel because Tremel and him are similar and they're both quiet, Tremel's ass is not quiet, that's a lie. And I feel like he was just picking out stuff to try to force it being a genuine connection with him and Tremel. But it's clear, based on Corday's behavior, Tremel is the only one who is entertaining his bullshit, my God. And that could be easily proven because of Tremel saying himself that he has nothing in common with the others. But Tremel, what do you actually have in common with Corday, though? I mean, to be honest with you, I would have preferred if you would have just been honest to even Corday and say you don't have anything in common with any of them. Because the reality of it is, the only thing that you have in common with Corday is your dislike or lack of connection with the others. And that does not mean that you guys connect because of that. It's almost like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, my God. Like, where is your true and genuine connection? Because I don't see Tremel and Corday having anything in common, my God. And that was pretty evident based off of all the list of shit that Tremel finally called Corday out on in this episode, my God. And this goes back to why I've previously said I am disappointed in Tremel, because for you to think that you have something in common with this person, my God, as filthy, disgusting, and vile that he has been speaking, as well as reckless, my God, I'm just over. At this point, I really do want to know what Corday's age actually is, because if his age is not under 21, hell, if he's not under 25, I don't care how young he looks, he should not be behaving this way, my God. And I think he may be too old to be behaving this way. Now, here is the hypocrisy. Corday said that he will never speak to Melanja Da again, but he may speak to Sherrod again because their situation was so different. But you have utterly degraded and called this man worse and nasty things than Melanja Da, saying that that wasn't that boy's home, or at least suggesting, as you call it, that he was saying that Sherrod was homeless. You have said so much worse. So that's why I said it's hypocritical, because you're bothered by Sherrod and Melanja Da connecting, even though there's you're a homeless or don't have a home narrative right there. But you can call him every disgusting name and disrespectful thing in the book, but you're going to still speak to him, but not speak to Milan. I'm over it, my God. So hopefully this whole Corday, Sherrod, and Melanja Da BS is done, because I am drained and tired of it. I don't want to hear about it ever again, because this is so petty and childish, which makes Corday look even worse, because you are pulling out blows from the lowest of the low on some shit that really ain't even that serious. Sherrod said you were in his DMs. That was true. What's the issue? You wanted to come on his face, or at least you liked the cum that was on his face from a video or a picture, my God. You liked the picture or the video of his ass, the side shot, my God. And the only reason why you downplayed it was because of Tremel saying it wasn't that flattering in your face. And then your issue with Melanja Da about, what is your issue with Melanja Da? I'm so lost now, my God. What is your issue? What is the real issue now between Melanja Da and Corday, other than Corday acting an ass all the time? Really quick, we can address Tremel doing his photo shoot. And Tremel is a great model. I loved his modeling abilities, but he needed a wardrobe stylist because his fashions for that photo shoot was very lackluster and mediocre, my God. On to the next. Now, really quick, let's address this whole Corday and Julian Lark conversation. I found so much respect for Julian Lark. Didn't know much about him, but in this episode, in this scene, he seems to be a very great and positive guy with great knowledge. And it just shows you that while Corday says he has access to people who are professional and has it going on or on a different level than these people on this show, my God, he is still not choosing to use the advice of people who are better than him, because Julian was spitting some facts, some knowledge, and some truth, and Corday was still looking stupid. So when Corday said he deleted his previous Instagram because he did not want a following that was based on photos, but based on his music, bruh. Instagram is about pictures, not music. Yes, you can put a video up now and add music to it, but Instagram is about pictures. And when you think about promoting your brand, that is still a way to drive people to your music via Instagram. So if you don't want your brand to be about pictures, why did you start a whole new Instagram account, my God? I'm so confused. This is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life, my God. Then Corday was trying to take jabs at Sherrod and others, I guess, who post sexual content on Instagram, saying he doesn't want to be the poster child or poster board for sexuality on Instagram. Well, bruh, whose fault is that? What were you posting before? I'm confused. What does someone else's Instagram have to do with you? So you deleted your Instagram because of other people or because of yourself? Because whatever you were being looked at as on your Instagram page, you caused it and did it yourself. And also, why would you delete your Instagram page and not just delete the pictures that you posted and post something else, my God? I'm telling y'all, I'm just so confused and just wore out from this episode and Corday. All of this shit just goes around in a circle and it's a ball of confusion. It's like a doggone ball of yarn, my God. You don't know where it begins, where it ends, where to go, where to start. It's just a bunch of crazy BS. I also love that Julian called Corday a headache, because it's giving me a headache time and time again, my God. Also, Corday said he needs to finally take advice from the professionals. But in previous episodes, as well as on social media, Corday would talk about how he is not going to take advice from people who are not better than him, nor can make him more productive. But you have access and claim you've had access to those people, but yet now you're going to finally take their advice? I'm still confused. Corday shared with us, again, as he always does, that his music is doing so well, my God, and his shows are sold out. I'm trying to figure out, where are the receipts of how well Corday's music is doing, because doing well is subjective. How many units are you actually selling, my God? And not to demean or downplay it, but he is talking it up too much. Saying something did well is subjective to you. It may have done well to you to make you feel good. If you show me it's only 20 units sold, my God, out of it being a possible 1,000, that's not doing well. And then when we go into talk about shows, Corday, are you referring to shows where you are the headliner and you are the one that's being promoted, meaning it's your show? Because if you're referring to you being added to a roster of an event that someone else is promoting and putting on, I don't think it being packed could be because your show was sold out. It was just packed because they promoted it well, my God. Because were those people really there just for Corday? Because if these people are all showing up to sell out Corday performances and shows, why is his Instagram account only around 1,000 subscribers, my God? I would think if the fan base is so successful and everything is doing so well, you would have more than 1,000 or 1,100 subscribers, my God. And then Corday is connected to all these great and amazing and awesome professionals, but yet on my show at this church, he claimed that he still had no clue about how to scout out if this particular reality show was legit or not, my God. Then Corday brought out this assistant, his right-hand friend, AKA possible fuck buddy, allegedly, my God, because there was so much interaction and chemistry between Donovan and Corday, my God. You could clearly see the attraction going on there from both people, from both parties, my God. Donovan is clearly attracted to Corday, which is why he wanted to meet him at his event, according to what Corday said. And it shows Corday's lack of judgment for even wanting an assistant who knows nothing about his brand. I love that Julian was digging in Corday's ass about this unqualified assistant, my God. Donovan was into fashion and modeling, not music. He comes across like a horrible assistant because he's very defensive as well as horrible under pressure. This was your moment, Donovan, to impress and sell yourself as a good assistant to Julian as well as Corday, and you failed. When I say fired, I don't even care as an intern. You are fired and you do not get the job, my God. Don't call us, we'll call you. Then that whole sarcasm from Donovan about do you not know who Rihanna is? When Julian called them both out on the fact that fashion and music are two separate categories. Yes, they go together, but they are two separate categories. Fashion stylists should not be consulting somebody on their music, my God, unless you have a degree or expertise in both. But if you don't, then why are you here, my God? And Julian was right. Maybe he didn't word it 100% accurately, but Julian was right. Rihanna's first claim to fame is her music. Her music is what we know her by. Yes, she is into fashion, but it wasn't like she was a fashion stylist who transitioned into music and it's like, oh, I know so much about music. No, she shifted from music into fashion. It was not one and the same. And the reality of it is, even if we're going to bring up Rihanna with her makeup, music, fashion, I believe her teams are probably completely different between her music team and her fashion team. Maybe the same assistant, probably not the same assistant, my God. I don't even think so. The reality of it is she is definitely using a different team for her fashion business versus the team that she's using with her music business, my God. So that whole Rihanna example was just null and void. It was pointless. It was just showing how defensive and how unqualified they both really are, my God. I also feel like with Julian being this professional, it was very telling for us about who Corday really is, that Donovan does not even want to work with Corday, my God. That's very telling. I also love that Julian said so many times he has lost deals because of brands not wanting to work with people based on how they presented themselves on social media and public platforms. And that was a way of Julian calling out Corday for how he behaves, which goes back to me checking Corday's ass about you have to come across as likable. Your objective is to make people like you. When you have something to sell, when you have a brand or a service or something to provide to the public, it is your job to get people to like you. And it's frustrating because when I think back to my interview with Corday, how I was trying to drop knowledge and jewels on him, and I thought he was being receptive, my God. I now see that what I said probably fell on deaf ears because it is not the first time that he's heard what I've said, yet he was so defensive and still talking in circles about things that I was dropping jewels and knowledge on him about that others have already said to him, my God. The professionals. Last but not least, I know the ending was with True at his house, but really quick before we close, I have to address the fact that I am so disgusted and cannot stand when Corday puts his dirty ass shoes on tables. We've seen him do it in past episodes, and then for him to put his dirty ass feet off the ground on a table next to the food pissed me the hell off. I can't take it, my God. That is worse to me. You putting your nasty ass, dirty ass feet near my food is worse than judging Sharad's ass for getting cum shots by 10 people on his face or on his lips. That's Sharad's business. That's Sharad's mouth. But your dirty ass feet near my food, and then gonna brag about giving Julian some lemonade and some salad, my God. Hell no, your feet was next to it. That's germs. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Please follow me on all social media outlets. Comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notifications. Thumbs up this video. Share this video. And thank you guys for tuning in. Bye, guys. I'm just so drained from this doggone episode and recap.